What's up, jewelers? It's your girl, Mickii G from Financial Jewels Investing. Thank you for your support. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Remember, YouTube pays for engagement, and your engagement is free. You can like, you can subscribe, or you can leave a comment. You can do all three, but you got to do something. Thank you for your support. Today, I want to teach you a very important money lesson. This money lesson will change your mindset about how to build wealth. This is one of the most important lessons that you will ever learn in your lifetime. And this lesson is the difference between those who build wealth and those who are broke trying to look rich. Type "Let's go" in the comment box if you are ready to learn about this money lesson. Let's go. Today's topic is assets versus liabilities. One of the best books ever written about this topic is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. If you don't have that book, you should get it. It's under $20 on Amazon, or you can download the audiobook. But I promise you, it is worth your time to read this book. So you hear these terms thrown around all the time: asset, liability, assets, liabilities. Now, if you're not in the financial world, these terms may throw you off. So I want to break them down for you as simple as possible. So what is an asset? An asset is something that puts money in your pocket. If it makes you money, then it's an asset. So what is a liability? A liability is the exact opposite of an asset. A liability is something that takes money out of your pocket. So asset puts money in your pocket. Liability takes money out of your pocket. Some examples of assets are stocks, ETFs, a business that you own that's making you money, rental properties that's making you money, or intellectual property like a YouTube channel. These things are considered assets because they are bringing in income. So what are some examples of liabilities? Liabilities are things that take money out of your pocket. Credit card debt, liability. Designer clothes, liability. Expensive cars, liability. And this one might be a surprise to a lot of you, but your personal home, the home that you live in, if it's not being rented out and rental income is not coming in, it is a liability. Now, here's a disclaimer. We all have liabilities, and we will always have liabilities. Liabilities are part of life. Here's the lesson that I want you to learn today. Today, I want you to learn how to use your assets to pay for your liabilities and the value of gaining assets so you can have them in order to pay for the liability. Keep in mind, I have a finance degree, but I am not your financial advisor. I am an advisor, but not your financial advisor. So please do your own due diligence and research and read books like The Psychology of Money so you can have a better understanding of assets and liabilities, and you can come to your own conclusion. Here's the issue. We live in a society where liabilities are shoved down your throat every single hour. Everything that is advertised on television or on the internet is typically a liability. You're often asked to consume so much, and the more you consume, the more liabilities you have. Just because it feels good doesn't mean it's good for your money. If it's draining your bank account, then it's a liability until it starts to make you money. So here's a disclaimer. Not everything you buy will be an asset. There's a likelihood that a lot of them will be a liability. because you need a house to live in. That's a liability. You need food. That's a liability. You need a car to drive. That's another liability. The game changer is when you learn to accumulate assets before accumulating a whole lot of liabilities. These assets will then pay for your liabilities. In this video, I want to teach you how to use your assets to pay for your liability. So let's take a real life example. Let's say your name is Taryn and you own 3 rental properties. Your 3 rental properties each bring in an income of $1,000 a month. That is equivalent to $3,000 a month in rental income. Now, of course, you want to put away about 20% of that income every month for just in case, like repairs and emergencies. So 20% of $1,000, that's $200. So $200 for each rental property, that's equivalent to $600. So now you're left with $2,400 to play with. $600 is put away for repairs and emergencies, and $2,400 is your actual income. Now, you have a personal home and your mortgage is $2,000. You will take that $2,400 and you will use that to pay off your personal mortgage. So technically, your tenants are paying your mortgage for you. So your personal mortgage is a liability, but your hard-earned money did not pay for that mortgage. Someone else paid for that mortgage because you own what? Say it with me, choir. You own an asset. That is where the game changes, where your assets take care of your liabilities. The more assets you have, the more access you have to cash flow. And when you have the cash flow, you can utilize the cash flow to invest in the stock market, to pay for your liabilities, and to save for rainy days. Once you accumulate so many assets, you can pretty much live a free life where all of your liabilities are being paid for by your assets. Here's the issue, and this is why a lot of people are stuck in the rat race. In our society, we are conditioned to believe that liabilities are assets. The liabilities are disguised as assets. For example, let's take a brand new car. Most people would not look at a brand new car as a liability. But ask yourself this one question. Is it making you money? Yes, I know it takes you to your job that makes you money. But as I stated in my last video, you would have gotten to that job on a $2,000 car. So we continue to overconsume. We buy the bigger house. We buy the designer clothes. We buy that lottery ticket. We buy all of these things that are disguised as assets, but they are truly liabilities and they are draining our bank accounts. So focus, assets first, liabilities last. So here's the Financial Jewels wealth formula. Focus on buying assets. Every dollar that you earn, you want that dollar to work for you. You want that dollar to go to an asset. Okay? Accumulate these assets. Spend the next 5 to 10 years accumulating assets. And you're going to start seeing that those assets will bring you cash flow, monthly income, dividend, growth in your portfolio, equity, and all of the compound interest that you can earn. Now your assets will pay for your liabilities and you can live pretty much a free life. Guys, that's the formula. The formula, the wealth building formula. Assets first, liabilities last. In order for this formula to work, you have to first get out of debt. You have to make sure that the money that you are making are paying for those high interest debt. The buy now, pay later debt, run. Do not entertain those debts. They are death traps. So jewelers, now that you know the importance of buying assets over liabilities, let's say you get a $5,000 bonus at your job. You have two options. You can take $2,500 and buy you some new rims, $500 and buy you some designer shoes, it's $1,500 to buy you the new iPhone, and then spend the other $500 on a fancy dinner with your friends. That was before you found this channel, right? That's the old you. That's the you before you found Financial Jewels Investing. Now that you found Financial Jewels Investing, let's say you get that same $5,000 bonus. What you will do is you will take that $5,000 and you will put it in an ETF like VU or VTI and let it ride out. And you will sit back and watch the dividends roll in every quarter. Jewelers, now that's a boss move. One decision gets you talked about on social media for about a month. The other decision builds you wealth for a lifetime. So jewelers, start asking yourself, every time you get paid, every time you get a bonus, every time money gets in your hand, ask yourself, how can I use this money to make money? This question will change your financial life. So type team assets in the comment box if you are already buying up all the assets that you can. And type team liability if you are not there yet. But you are. You're going to get there. Okay? Team asset or team liability. Eventually, all of my jewelers will become team asset. Remember, the wealthy do not get rich by accident. They are intentional. They are so intentional that they know exactly where their next dollar is going before they get that dollar. And you should do the same. Jewelers, give me a free like, a free subscription, share this video with anyone and everyone who will listen. Until next time, have a good one, jewelers.